What is up, book addicts? B. Maraca here, back with another episode of the Book Rant. I read recently the TikTok gem that came out of nowhere, Leigh Howard and the Ghosts of Simmons Peace Manor. I think I said that right. That is a mouthful, isn't it? First of all, I just want to say, despite my thoughts on the book, if you've seen the author, like the video of him on TikTok, he's the guy who was sitting at the table, nobody was coming, and then you had a couple big TikTok influencers. They happened to be passing by. They filmed him in his video. They filmed him in his book. It helped it get, I think, millions of sales. So it's a successful book. It sold very well. And it was just from a small publisher, too. So the guy, he's had many jobs throughout his life. I think he was an engineer. He was in the military at some point. And then he always wanted to write. So in his golden years, that's what he's doing. And I applaud him for that. He seems like a genuine human, a nice, friendly guy. That being said, the book wasn't my favorite. I had to push through to read this. I'm not sure what it was. It's a murder mystery. She's a teenage girl. She just got out of the hospital recently from a suicide attempt because she's suffering from a lot of depression since her parents were murdered, and she feels all alone, and she's living with relatives she's never really met before. The rich people who own a shipping company, the same place where her parents got killed. And obviously she meets other shady characters along the way, like the head of security, Marcus, the guy who's always helping her out. He works as like a landscaper for the house. He does like little chores. He's a handyman, basically. His name is Nacho. I love that name. It's delicious. And she meets Bodhi, a ghost with a multiple personality disorder. Sometimes he's a cranky, angry, violent old man, and sometimes he's a harmless little kid. And next to her cousin, he becomes like her partner in all this. But that's just the thing. I don't know what it was. This book didn't really wow me the way I think it was wowing, like, all the reviews I've seen, the way that the comments see it. I mean, it's a murder mystery, and I would still read something more by this author because it had its good times. But the book just felt slow-paced at times. Like, it took a while to get to the actual mystery of the story. It took a while to get to establishing a route for the investigation that Leigh was going to follow. I feel like that we could have gotten to meet Bodhi a lot sooner. See, here's the thing though. The book, I'm not calling it a failure because the author could have basically done these little things, like when Leigh's with her therapist, when she's hanging out with her cousin, when she's causing trouble. We have to get to know the characters in their real day life. One of the reasons I love manga and anime so much is because they do a lot of that in like flashbacks as the main story goes along. I'm not saying that's the proper way to do every story. Again, this is a well-written book. It's very well edited. The descriptions are vivid. It's not too violent either, so I mean anyone can read it, even kids. It honestly felt slow-paced. If you're looking for an action thriller with ghosts, lots of fast-paced stuff like, you saw in some of the Harry Potter books, especially the last one where everything was moving so fast like an action movie, that is not what you have here. That is not what you have here. It's still worth a read if you're looking for a good, friendly book. It's not really comedic in any way. Leigh is somebody you can relate to because I'm sure we all suffer from that pain of loss, anxiety, and depression and all that. I don't know. I just felt like it was moving too slow. That was the main problem. And for me, that can easily be a do not read. Like Into the Woods by Tara French. I wasn't able to get through that either because it was just going too slow for me. But again, these are my personal opinions. It doesn't mean the book sucked or anything. Like, if you like little light-hearted mysteries, you know, books that aren't too violent, this would be one to go to. I did think it was kind of hard to follow the investigation here and there. Like, I think they could have cleared things up more, because some of the times Lay was investigating, more like she didn't have a plan or whatever. She was winging it. I don't know. The book is not scary just because it goes. It looks like a dark book, but it's not. It's not scary at all. I promise you. Anyone can read this book. It's not a horror book just because it has ghosts in it. Yeah, I thought that Bodhi having a multiple personality was kind of weird. I don't know if it was really doing it for me, but I do applaud that, because one of the reasons why South Korea and Japan are kicking America's ass in the storytelling industry is because they express weird ideas like that. They go out there. So yeah. So even if it didn't work for me, even if a book doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean the book was a failure. Seriously, guys, check this book out. Again, the mystery was slow. There's not a lot of action, but if you're looking for a lighthearted story, something like a Disney book, sort of, like definitely Disney could totally make a movie out of this. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. So yeah, guys, check it out. Leigh Howard and the Ghost of Simmons Pierce Manor. And subscribe and share for more stuff. Take it easy.